I am traveling, as evidenced by the fact that the bookshelf isn't behind me, but we've got to talk about Hantavirus, don't we? My name is Joe Thomas. I'm a hospitalist. I use social media to talk about public health, reproductive justice, and other things. I first came to some kind of prominence on social media by talking about educating about COVID, and now with this outbreak, I wondered if I would need to resume some of that. Thankfully, it appears that the current situation is not like it was in 2020. Hantavirus is a much less commonly seen family of viruses, generally spread through contact with feces and fluids of certain rodents. This is the virus that killed Gene Hackman's wife last year. Ship MV Hondius, which departed Argentina in the beginning of April, may have done some sort of excursion or had a passenger who'd come into contact with rodent stuff. There have unfortunately been 3 deaths, 8 suspected cases. So far, it does not seem to have spread beyond those passengers. There was a flight attendant on a KLM flight who was concerning for human-to-human transmission, but they tested negative. If you want to learn more about the virus and the outbreak, I'm not an infectious disease expert, so check out these accounts, some of my favorite scientific communicators who have kind of reactivated their outbreak response mode with all of this. Thank goodness we live in a world where news and updates can travel quickly. You can see updates from UN Director General Tedros Ghebreyesus, but the thing is, we had to learn about all of that stuff secondhand or later. We could have had our scientists directly communicating with those from Cape Town and other places where the patients were being monitored, but instead, Trump pulled us out of the WHO, so we didn't get the real-time updates. Not to mention, our once deep roster of scientists who were doing exactly this kind of work has been gutted by this administration. We are not a strong nation in science or anything else these days. Second, Mary Talley Bowden has blocked me on social media, but someone really needs to tell her to shut up. Ivermectin is an anti-parasitic medication that works very well against certain parasitic infections. Hantavirus is not a parasite in that sense. It's a virus. Ivermectin is touted by every anti-science MAGA sycophant, including Bobby Kennedy, Mary Talley Bowden, Marjorie Taylor Greene, so many others, as some kind of miracle drug with zero evidence to back up those claims. If it could actually do everything they said it could, pharmaceutical companies would have re-upped the patent, sold it as 4 different new versions. But it doesn't. So if you take it preemptively or against viral symptoms, all you get are side effects. My friend Ed Nierenberg made a terrific post detailing why ivermectin doesn't actually work in this case. And finally, some of you have decided that you're going to make a declaration, like when old people post to Facebook that they don't consent to use of their photos or data. No offense to my older friends. But some of you want to proclaim very loudly that you will not do any lockdowns or vaccinations or any other public health measures in response to hantavirus. First off, no one with any authority is talking about lockdowns because they aren't necessary right now. If we can have the resources to do adequate monitoring and contact tracing, this is going to stay very well contained. 2, a lot of the negative things you think about vaccines are incorrect, and their safety has been proven in studies that this administration tried to suppress. More on that in another video. 3rd, I don't know why you all want us to know that you are choosing early not to care about other people. It's bad enough that we haven't learned any of the right lessons from COVID, but we're also just abandoning our humanity early this time? Not cool.